Hello and welcome back to a new part of the series, Learning Python for Beginners. We'll be continuing off from where we left off in the previous video, which was on arithmetic operators. So we looked at what the different arithmetic operators there are and the different arithmetic operations there are in Python. So if you haven't already, please check that video out. I encourage you to check or to view this whole series in order. So like from part 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. So in this lesson, our focus will be on variables. So before we begin, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing, and while you're at it, hit that notification button so you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. So now let's get right into it. So variables. So for that, let's switch back to our development environment. So let's talk. So basically, the focus of this video will be on variables. Now, variables are a really key. They're really important when it comes to software development. They are like the primary thing that basically every single program in this world is based on. So think of variable like the concept of variables. Think of them as a chest. So a variable is basically like a chest which stores a value. Just think of it like that. So let's create a simple value. So let's just create a variable. So for like further explanation, so let's just say x equals 5. So in this case, we have our variable x, which is equal to 5. So the whole syntax of a variable is broken down into 3 parts. So the first part being the variable name, the second part being the assignment operator, the third part being the value. So again, coming back to the analogy of a chest, think of this as a chest. So let's say we have a chest, we create a chest, we call that, or the name that we give the chest is x, so the name of the chest would be x, and the equal sign, think of it as an action. So we're putting something inside, or we're putting something, an object or a value inside the chest, which would be this value on the right hand side. So again, like if you think it like in terms of a chest, our chest is this, so x is our chest. We are putting something which is on the right hand side, so this can be a value, or in this case like a float, a string, and more on that later. So on the right hand side we have our value, so whatever is on the right hand side will be assigned to the variable or the made up chest to the left hand side. So think of it like this. For the assignment operator, think of it like this. So the assignment operator basically assigns the value on the right hand side to the variable or the chest on the left hand side. So if I were to create another variable, so let's say y equals 4. In this case, what we're doing, so let me save this first. So now that our file is saved, so again, coming back to our 2 variables that we created, x is assigned the value of 5, y is assigned the value of 4. So whatever is on the right hand side, we assign it to the left hand side, which is our variable. So as we have seen in the previous videos of this series, we can print anything that basically we can print anything that is inside these brackets. So we're not just limited to printing strings or mathematical operations, we can also print variables. So let's print x, and on a separate line, let's print y. Let's save this. Let me zoom in a bit if it's not enough, and then let's navigate to my desktop. So if you don't know what I'm doing right now, I'm navigating to my desktop. If you don't know how to run a Python script, please check the second video of the series out. So in the first video we looked at setting up our development environment. The second video we looked at running a Python script, and so on and so forth. So check this series in order, or view the series in order if you haven't already, so you're aware of what is going on. So let's navigate to my desktop, and then Python, and the name of our file is variable.py, py being the extension that we tell the computer that this script or this file is in the Python programming language. Let's run this, and we can see x being printed here. Ignore this y, it's from this p, so let me just zoom out a bit, or let's just zoom in. Yeah, so 5 would be this, so this variable right here, x, the value of x is equal to 5, and we're printing x, therefore this is 5. The same goes for y, we're printing y, which is 4 in this case, and we have the value assigned 4 to the variable y. So with learning about variables, it can turn Python from for being like more than just a calculator. With variables, you can really like dig into like the, I guess, the good part of what like programming is all about. So in the future videos, we'll look at what object-oriented programming is, which has a lot to do with variables. But for now, we'll focus on this. So with this, I'll end the video here, and I'll see you in the next video where we look at the definition of the assignment operator in the Python programming language versus the definition of it in the regular mathematics. So if you haven't already, I encourage you to watch this whole series in order and subscribe if like this video if you've enjoyed it, and share it with your friends and family members who you think would benefit from this video, and I'll see you in the next video.